Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be reviewing ToupTek's AstroStation. Is this truly the ASIAIR killer? Stick around, watch the short video, and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, good evening everyone. We are out here tonight. It is a cold 37 degrees tonight, and I'm bringing to you the AstroStation from ToupTek. So let's check this thing out. As you can see right here, this is the main setting page. It has a layout that is somewhat similar to the ASIAIR, but it is different, and it takes a little getting used to. As you can see, here's your mount. You got your same settings pretty much. You can set your park, you can set your home, put in your lat long, set your speed, tracking rate, just as it is in the ASIAIR. Um, Meridian flip. Uh, you got basically the same settings here under the camera settings, except for what's really nice about this one is you have the ability to um, pretty much bring in any camera you'd like to bring in other than um, the ecosystem of ASIAIR for ZWO cameras only, and then of course the Canon DSLR cameras. But this particular one works well. I've tried it with my Player One camera, and it works well. Um, so we're going to leave it at the for this particular test. We're going to do the 2600 MC Pro. There we go. It's back on. Just basic settings here, just to get through this tutorial because it is pretty cold out here. Um, and then the guiding is pretty much the same setup. You go in here and put in what you'd like to see. I just transferred over some of the settings that were in the ASIAIR, wrote those down. Some of these are just the basic settings that this thing just chose to do it. Um, I don't have a filter wheel, but one's available here if you like it. And electronic focuser, of course, we don't have one on this setup tonight, which is the Red Cat 71. Miscellaneous folder, just as before on the ASIAIR, you can choose which DC ports you want to use. The light works to show which port is on, but it's very dim, so it's kind of difficult to see in the daytime. Um, you've got built-in storage, an SD card here, but I don't think I've only had it to work on the SD card so far. And right now we are running, as you can see right here, the app version is version 109 2024 1011. And I tried to check for an update. It didn't give it to me. I reached out to the maker of ToupTek for this particular update, and no response yet. No one's gotten back to me yet. All right, so there's basically all your settings. And let's move right into this because it is kind of cold out here. My hands are freezing. Let's see if this thing is in focus. Um, we will take a 3-second image to see, we'll check focus. And as you can see right here, it gives you the status bar of taking the picture. It takes a second to load. That's one thing about this particular unit. It is slower, way slower than the ASIAIR. If you want to change your uh, exposure time, you just hit the little button up here and scroll down to what you want. I'm having to use my laptop because I don't have a tablet that works with Android right now. If you wanted to change your gain, you just change your gain settings right there. But this looks pretty good. But give me a second. We're going to put on the trusty batting off mask here. Comes with the Red Cat. Well, let's check out this focus. All right, let's give it one more try here. Do another 3-second image and let's check. Let's see if this thing is in focus. This one usually holds focus pretty well. I treat it pretty nice. I don't bang them around very much. And that's good enough. That's close enough for this. All right. So the focus is good. And now let's go through a polar alignment. All right, so just bear with me here because um I struggle with this. This is the second time doing this. First time was a good struggle. I couldn't get it to record, and I couldn't figure out half of the buttons and what to push to get where. The directions aren't uh, as intuitive, and there's very few videos out there to show you how to work this thing. But basically, once you get focused, you can hit this old polar alignment, and then it's going to give you on-screen functions here. One thing that I don't see that it doesn't have the all-sky polar alignment. You've got to pretty much have the celestial pole in sight, and it tells you when you take the picture, you must wait, and you have to wait. It'll tell you to do it again. So you just basically hit the go button, and we're capturing the first image. It's going to be just a few seconds here, and it'll come up with the screen. There we go. The mount's moving. And then it's taking the second image. It's doing some plate solving. And we'll see how this goes. It's a little slower. Excuse me. Um all right, so there we go. It's telling us which way we have to move. And when we get close on the altitude and azimuth here, it's going to light up in the green. Let me turn on my light here so I can see what's going on. There we go. Yep. All right. Just bear with me here. I'll get this thing adjusted. And we need to come down quite a bit. And we also need to take it over to the left a little. All right. Let's give it a moment here. I think I hit the wrong button. I had to wait. Sorry about that. And this is where, yeah, this is where it goes. It's not as intuitive. There's no really good instruction here, so just bear with me. As you can see, we're just setting it back to the home position. I forgot one of these little buttons here you press, and you can carry right along with it'll get you going in the next direction that you need to go. All right, so sorry about that. We're back to square one again here. And we hit the polar align button here. Go. Sorry about that. This is what I went through this the other night. I think it was New Year's Eve. It was pretty frustrating to try to figure out how to do it. I was so used to using the ASIAIR. It's so easy. It's kind of like if you're an iPhone user and you switch to Android, you're kind of all over the road trying to figure things out, but it works. We just got to give it just a minute here. All right, well, a little closer. So we do want to, let's see here. Now we went too far down. All right. I forget, there was a way to speed this up. I can't remember. I think it's this one here. Yeah, there it is. You got to hit the refresh button here. Sorry. All right, so we're going in the right direction. Small adjustments, and we'll get there. All right, down just a little bit. So we get kind of close on the altitude here. That's that's close enough for right now. Of course, it's going to change. It's all going to change here in just a second. Forgot which direction we need to go here. All right. On all my different mounts, these little arrows mean a different way each time. So if I'm working on my CM70, it's backwards, or if I'm working on the AM5, it's a different from that. I think I was taking it in the wrong direction here. Hang on. Yeah, sorry. There we go. We'll just take it a little further than normal here. All right, let's give that a shot. See if we can't get that in the green. We'll get it close enough to being in the green just for the purpose of making this work. All right, now it's looking pretty good. Works pretty well when you're going in the right direction. Sorry about that. All right, almost there. Almost there. Wow, it's really cold out here. It's supposed to probably snow this week coming up, which we don't get snow here in the South much, in South Carolina, but we'll take it when we can get it. Just a few more turns here, and hopefully we'll get this thing polar aligned and try to take an image with it. Hey, hey, look at there. It is really close. We're in the green. Um, that's probably close enough for what we're going to do, but let's just see if we can't get it just a wee bit closer. Just because. Well, my hand freezes over here. I need to get one of those USB hand warmers. I don't have one. All right. That's good enough. We're going to lock it down. Let's see how much it moved. Let's see how much it moved after locking it down because my AM5, it likes to move quite a bit. It's got a plate in there, and then when you tighten it down, yeah, see it moved pretty good bit, but it's still in the green. So we're going to roll with that. That looks good. All right, so now we can hit this, let's see here. I forget which mode to get out of here. That one. There we go. All right, so we are done. And all right. Let's do, sorry y'all, somewhere it's way different. So I forgot where the star library was. I think we were just there a second ago. I just don't remember exactly where it was. Uh, we'll get to it. That's the start capture. Of course, that's how we had it set up earlier to take 3 shots of another item. Let's see here. There it is, star library. Okay, here we go. All right, so what we want is let's see. There's IC410. That's what we looked at the other day. I want to see. I believe it is. Hang on one second. Let's pull out the old Sky Atlas here. I think it's NGC 1398. Um, yeah, 1893. NGC 1893. So let's type in NGC. Oh, I hit the space button and then 1893, and it found it. There it is. So that's what we want. So we will highlight it, and then I can't remember which one. I think that's to go to button. No, that's to add it to the thing. It's very confusing. Sorry, y'all. All right. NGC 1893. There's no button that just says go. There we go. And let me confirm the mount is moving here. Yep, mount's moving. It's going in the right direction, I think. Yep, it's almost over my head, centering the target. And this is where it looks a little different. Normally the the ASIAIR will have that the Sky Atlas, and it shows you where it's moving, and it shows it centering up on the target. Um, this doesn't have that I can find so far. It just tells you that it's there. You confirm that it's there, and then there we go. We've got a little bit of a target. I think. Um, there we go. Yeah, that button takes it away. So now what we can do um, is one. It automatically, if I'm not mistaken, it starts to guide automatically because I can't find where you actually hit the calibrate button for guiding. I have yet to figure that part out, but I do know that it's already working, and it works pretty good just as it is. Um, but at any rate, if we go here and then let's say we want to let's at least just get a 30-second, kind of see where we're at with this thing. I'll take a quick 30-second image, and then what we'll do from there. I think my battery's dying. That's why my light keeps turning off. Um, we'll wait for it to come up, see where it's at, and then we'll go into adding the image to take a couple different ones of it and see if we can't. I'm not sure why is it. I don't know what it's doing. It just started. It just started moving on its own. I'm not really sure about that. Why it's doing that. That's all right. So this thing does have some issues. I ran into this the other night, where it was just doing some weird stuff. Um, let's go up to here, and this is IC 410. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the here. We're going to change this. We're going to change this to NGC 1893. Let's see if this works. Well, no, let's go to the star library first. All right, and we're going to add this to the favorite. I believe that's how that works. Um, okay, all right. So we're going to take 3 images. It says here, um, and you can change it right here. We'll go into light. We're going to take, of course, regular gain at 100. We will do, let's just say, 120-second exposures. Let's just take one for now. Actually, we'll make it take 2 just to make sure the little program is working. And don't want any intervals in between. Well, I'll give it 1 second interval in between. Why not? Give it a second to relax. And then you hit save. All right. So target and one of these here. There we go. So we're set up there. Now we can hit start capture. And it should, since we're not on the target, it should move the target. Yes, it's moving the scope. What it was doing earlier, when it started to move, it started to do another polar alignment. And that's what it did to me the other night. So you can't select a target from that screen. You got to go up to the task management screen. It's a little different. Takes a little getting used to, but I think once they get some more features added to this and it gets released, I think this has a lot of potential um, to be very, very nice, especially for planetary use. For me, anyways, it works well with my other cameras. I don't have to like now if I'm going to take an image of Jupiter, I'm going to have to set it up with a different camera and then switch out the camera because I don't want to use ZWO camera. I want to use my Player One camera. Um, that was a very quick image. It says capturing. We're just going to give it a minute here. I'm not. Oh, it's calibrating. Actually, look, that's what it's doing now. I just noticed. So I don't see a button in there to start and stop the calibration for the guiding, but as you can see at the bottom here, it's automatically doing its thing. And I think that's just a user error on my part, not knowing exactly, uh, not knowing exactly where those settings are in here. Because I tried this earlier and I couldn't even see the screen on where it was guiding from. Uh, get the reticles and stuff, and but I just can't. Uh, it says a video error. Can't seem to get that part to work out, but it does work. It does guide. I know I watched a video of someone doing a review on these about 5 months ago, and the feature for guiding wasn't available yet, but apparently it works now. So once that's done calibrating, um, I guess it'll should roll right into taking the pictures. But we're going to find out in just a second here. But this is so far, it works as advertised. It's just a little different, and I'm having to use my laptop, so it's a little. It works to me. It works a lot different than the ASIAIR working on my iPad. Um, it's still calibrating here. We'll see if it's going to make it through the calibration for guiding, and then we'll see. We'll see if it comes up with a picture. We'll see if it works. I was able to get the IC410. I got a quick picture of that the other day on New Year's before all the fireworks started. But I couldn't figure out some of the features on it. So I tried to go back and figure those out. But just another few minutes here. We'll wrap this up to show you how at least it will get a picture taken and it will guide. I don't have an electronic focuser hooked up on this one to check that out. And I'm too scared right now. I don't trust this setup to put it on my big scope and big rig where it has all those bells and whistles to where it can control all that. Um, I don't want it to do that. Um, I do know right now is that there's some features that the ASIAIR has that works with the AM5 mount that I can't figure out how to turn those features on. Okay, so it's guiding right now. I don't know how to turn those on, or I don't even know if those are available. And we'll cover that. Um, we'll cover that in closing. All right, let's see. Okay, there it is. So it is now taking the pictures just like normal ASIAIR would. It would do its guiding, it would calibrate, and then it would roll right into taking a picture, and that's what it's doing. So we'll just give that another few minutes here, and then we'll finish up. Go inside where it's nice and warm. Get some cocoa or something. It is a beautiful night out here tonight, though. It is really beautiful. I know you can't see it. Right behind me over my shoulder is the moon, and I can see Venus between the trees here. And it is pretty cold out here. Let's see if it's still chilly, and get the doggies barking there. Oh, yep, 35 degrees now. Whew. Oh, it's chilly, chilly. When it gets below 70, I get cold. All right, it's almost done here. I don't know if I like the idea of the circle, like a Windows based. It's just a preference thing. Trying to guesstimate how much longer you have for the exposure to be done. Whereas the ASIAIR has the seconds. You can see it counting down. But that's no biggie. It's just a preference. But it's coming up now. I'm curious to see how it looks. And I think we've got the L quad, yeah, the Optilong L quad filter in the Red Cat. It is nice and dark tonight, so it's clear. That should be a decent picture here. Of course, it's uncalibrated. All right, here it is loading up, and I see that it is. Go ahead and it's loading in. Well, I can see right now it says guiding, but we are not guiding. All right, so we're gonna stop that. Let's let's see. I can't even um it says a video transmission error occurred. Everything is hooked up. This is what I ran into the other night. I can't get it to go. Auto expose, auto exposure while hiding. Okay, let's try that. Maybe that's the problem right there. This all should be fine to get it to go. All right, let's go back out here to the main camera. Whoa, back to the main camera page. Um, and let's. Hey, look at there. The guiding. It was just my error. Um, that was an error on my part by not having that turned on. I guess it's trying to find itself again. Um, wow, my hands are freezing. It's centering the target. It's trying to center the target. So let's see here. All right, it's centered, and now it's trying to take an image. So let's give me just another minute. So it's just again, it was user error. It was an error on my part, so we got to wait another 2 minutes here. But it looks like it's guiding now, so that's good. Um, it's probably not going to be the best in the world, but we're going to see how it goes. I mean, it was it was under an arc second, but now it's just a little over. But with this red cat, you can go pretty high. You can go up to 2, and it still holds pretty good. But this is just for a test here. So it is guiding. There are some settings you're going to have to change to make it work. Um, let's get a little worse now. Let's just see if it'll take a picture. And if it doesn't work, we'll have to back it down. Yeah, it's not liking those settings for sure. So I could sit here and play with it for a while, but uh, let's see if we can change something and kind of make it work. Those are pretty close to the other settings. Fingers are frozen. Hmm. Let's turn off this. So it automatically starts guiding when you do the picture taking, I guess. Well, I didn't tell it to do anything. I'm just trying to figure out why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. Just want to take a picture. I'm trying to get it to stop this. I want it to stop taking pictures here. Okay, there we go. Maybe that was it. Okay, here we go. Let's do a single. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Let's just do a 30-second exposure. I don't want to sit out here and figure out these guide settings for next time, but my hands are freezing. Gonna have to really edit this video. All right, but it does work. I just got to put the right settings in, and it's mainly user error. But at this point, the directions, um, there are some directions, but it's it's totally different as you can see the setup. There we go. All right, so I have not found a way to zoom in yet, but that's takes a good picture. Let's see if we can't bump it up a little bit more to 60 seconds and see what happens before it really starts to star trail a lot. I believe there's two targets there. There's the 1893. I forget which one that is, but um, two parts of the target there. Looks good. Almost. I'll definitely have to go back and try to figure out the guiding piece to see if it'll work. Um, I'm sure it's just a setting or two that my computer is not liking um, and running with the software here. All right, here it comes. Let's see how bad it's going to star trail. Not at all. It must be guiding it. It must be. It's doing something. And I don't see where to build the dark library either. Um, for the guide camera. That's another thing. I don't see where that is. Um, don't see that at all. Unless unless I'm looking past it and I don't see it. But it won't even show. It doesn't show it on the screen. Normally, you can see what it's doing. I wonder if this is a panel. Oh, that's the binning. That's your binning. Okay. There's the reticle. It's the cooler. Turn the cooler on and off. It's just that one's got me stumped, and I don't know if it's my computer running with that. Let's see what is this here. Okay, there's the guiding part. All right. Hmm. Oh, it's cold out here. It is so far out. It's not even funny. It's got to calibrate. Um, it's got to figure out how to go back and make it calibrate. That's again, I think on me is user error. Well, let's see. At least we know it works. It'll find target. It will polar align as advertised. It works. It's just need some training on this thing, and it's got some bugs to be worked out for sure. All right, here it comes. Let's see if this one shows up. Be a little bit better of a picture here. All right, it's loading. I wonder if this is an annotate button. Yes, now it's star trailing. It's plate solving. Nice. All right. Well, we'll cancel that. All right. Well, we'll wrap this up and go inside and wrap up this review. All right. So here are my final thoughts on the AstroStation as it stands right now. This has the potential to be the ASIAIR killer, but currently, as it stands, it is not. There are some updates that need to happen. Obviously, if you saw the video, there was some user error going on in there. I need to learn how to use the machine a little bit better, but also they need some updates. Just a few months ago, I believe I saw a video where this wasn't even able to guide. It tried to guide, as you saw. Again, there are some errors on my part, but there are some functionalities in there that I can't quite seem to get to work. One of the things that I would not trust this with is anything heavy. When I first got my APO 130, the mount would barely hold it. It would actually, like some people have posted, the mount would actually give way and fall over. Not fall over, but it would give out. But there is a setting inside the ASIAIR that allows you to put it in heavy duty mode, and it will slow the mount down, and it works great. This AstroStation, I do not see that option available, so that's one of the things that's not there. I can't quite figure out the guiding just yet. I'll probably give it another go, but as it stands right now, this has the potential to be an ASIAIR killer, but not at the moment. So for right now, my overall pick would be to stick with the ZWO ASIAIR and use that as your grab and go to portable astrophotography little remote control computer. Thanks for watching the review. Clear skies.